speak for the new students, but I can speak for the ones that's been here 3, 4 years. And you know, why should we have to put up with the district's misappropriation of funds? Why should we have to put up with their bullshit?
It's a district issue. Every college is dealing with this. Every single college is working within the same system. Remember earlier, I don't want to give any specifics, but I really want to make sure you really understand the handbook, because there are other factors too that could delay your being packaged. One, if you have excess units. Financial aid at the community college level is up to 90 units, and upon degree completion. If that has happened for you, then your situation is such that financial aid is not automatic for you. That's an appeal and is taken to another level. So keep that in mind too, that there are issues that need to be taken into consideration when applying. And I'm not talking to any specific person, just something I omitted when I was giving an overview of the handbook. That's also something that you have to consider, your status, your actual status.
Well, Ms. Johnson, in my case, I did appeal. I've appealed for the last 2 semesters, and I was told that I was eligible for the aid. So that's my thing. I did all the necessary walking through the paperwork. I did everything that I was supposed to do 3, 4 months ahead of time. Because me being here, and I know what it's like. I know that you guys are undermanned in the financial aid office. But I'm one of these students that stay on top of their paperwork. I can't speak for everybody in here, but me, I've been doing it, so I know what to do. The counselors know me, everybody in finance, everybody in this damn building knows who I am. And they know I take care of business.
I'm going to let Noemi also answer that, but yes, I hear you loud and clear, David.
Well, first of all, I just want to apologize for the delays. And every student, it's really difficult in these type of forums to be really specific on your situation, because every student is so different. Even though certain students are selected for verification, the certain information that we collect, every student is unique. Not all students are the same age. They have the same number of children. Some students are independent. Some students are dependent. So I just want to let you know that as you listen to this forum, some of these questions are specific to students. So those questions might not apply to you, or might not, have to do with your case in specific. So as Brenda mentioned, I would recommend that you read this financial aid handbook, because there's a lot of detailed information that applies to all of the students in general. As far as I just want to address Natalie's question regarding, the payment register. There are specific cashiering processes that the financial aid office cannot be involved in. Okay, we have a cash management policy. It's in our federal guidelines. So we cannot handle your checks, because our office is the one dispersing the checks. Exactly. That we cannot, regarding the cash management part, we cannot handle those checks. But I got it through the cash register. Exactly. It's not like that no more. Now everyone's having to stand. Okay, yeah, so let me just finish. Yeah, but there's also privacy issues that we cannot just post, or we cannot just tell you if that check is here or not. The cashier's office, their policy is for the students to check with our office. That's not financial aid's policy, okay?
Like that when I got my check. That wasn't the full amount.
That's been the policy for quite some time. I don't know what happened with your particular case, but it's always been that the financial aid department works in concert with the bursar's office. We work in concert with one another, so that financial aid does its part. They cannot, that's a conflict. They cannot handle the check as well. So it's done via an established process at our bursar's office. And for privacy, as she said, I can't stress enough how much we try to guard your privacy. And we can't just post names for everyone to look on the board and see, oh, she got aid, he didn't, she did. You can't do that. Okay?
There is one more. Wait.
What is BCC faculty doing to put pressure on the Peralta administration to make sure that this matter is resolved in an efficient manner? What are they doing?
I can tell you that our chancellor has called several meetings to get this problem resolved. He would be the first to advocate for just whatever we need to do it. He is constantly calling together all of his troops. I'm speaking of,
He hasn't even made an official, went on record. He hasn't even made an official public statement. He hasn't responded to anything. He got Jeff Heyman doing all the responding. Jeff Heyman, I heard he was on vacation this week.
I don't know about that.
I'm just saying, instead of us,
have a little order because other people have been waiting patiently over here.
We have a question back here, if you guys wouldn't mind, please.
My name is Mike Greer. I had to ask a question about your computer system. Why would you put your whole entire way of doing things into your computer system, knowing that computers can fail? And I also want to know, what are y'all doing to protect students' information? Because my information was lost 5 times now.
Exactly.
And my mother's social security number was on there, very important information that was lost 5 times. Now, there's identity thefts in California daily. That stuff to me is not fun. And I take that very seriously.
I'm going to partially answer your question, and I'm going to allow Noemi to also answer. One, that's the very reason why I said we cannot post names like that, because it is a privacy issue with the question we were just talking about. Two, I don't know if you were here when I was going over the handbook, and I also mentioned that we're trying to move into a paperless environment, so that when your paperwork isn't just thrown somewhere, it's just that it may be in different spots because it could be in different stages. What we're trying to do to eliminate all that is to acquire a digital imager, digital imaging system. In other words, a scanning process, so that you bring your documents in, they're scanned in, and that the margin of error is much less, okay? And so Noemi wants to add to that.
Just to add to that, one of the things that our office comes across is that students will submit, let's say, their parents' taxes or W-2s, and nowhere on the information is the student's name or social security number on there. So that's the other thing, is that if you're ever going to turn any piece of paperwork, if it's yours, your mom, your dad's, make sure that your name, the student's information, is on there, because when our staff goes and looks up the student's information, if Noemi or Nalis isn't in there because I'm the parent, there would be no way for us to determine which student this belongs to, which parent this is. So please keep in mind that you need to put your name and social security number on any document that you submit to the financial aid office.
Is this gentleman here?
My
Oh,
question
I'm
is,
sorry. Maybe we need to spread.
I'm Kerry Burr. I've been here since the spring.
I'm sorry, someone
I've
was
been here
before
since
you.
the spring. I am a disabled student. I have been asked 3 times to provide my 2007 income statement since the spring. I have brought in hard copies on each occasion. Every time I do, people say, fine. I say, what else do you need to clear my information? We don't know. If we need something else, we'll call you or let you know. Well, weeks later, somebody sends me an email, sends me a letter, which takes days to get to me, instead of an email, which would have taken no time at all. And I get a letter saying, we need your W-2. Well, now clearly if somebody is a disabled student living on Social Security, they're not going to have a W-2. So what the heck? Weeks and months after I have supplied the information
Here's
to the
part of
financial aid department, am I getting requests?
Yeah, I'm going to answer once again in part, and then I'm going to let Noemi. And the reason why is because she's there in the office.
I'm
When
overdrawn
you-
2
when you-
bank accounts.
When you
I'm
submit
living on air,
paperwork, when
and
you-
I have promises televised by Betty Inclin that we'll all have our financial aid by Friday. Is it going to happen or not?
I can't speak for the president, but I can tell you.
Is that what I'm telling you the other night?
The district mentioned that. That's
Are
what
we
the
going to
district.
have our financial aid by Friday or not?
That I cannot answer.
all right,
Can I just add,
next question. All right. It's good that, you guys are finally moving along, you're finally getting checks, you're probably finally being dispersed and everything. But my problem is that getting the check this late made the difference between getting a B and getting an A. Because getting an hour worth of your textbook, because you're only allowed to check it out an hour a day at a library, makes a difference between having the textbook at home and being able to digest it all completely. So that's my whole issue, is like,